What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PanelCast. I am one of your hosts, AJ. Joining me
And I'm
this
the
week
other one.
via remote is Freddy.
Howdy, howdy.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Welcome to
Well,
the
welcome
show.
to the show, for one.
Yes, let's do that. We're all both tripping out on the fact that my long gray stripe is here and is creepy looking, but cool looking all at the same time. We have welcome to the episode. We are on episode 299. This week we are going to be reviewing Scream 7. Freddie, what are you reviewing?
Oh my god, I forgot how to say the name. Pretty much the sequel to Ronin Warriors, Samurai Troopers.
Awesome.
Right.
And then we're both going to be reviewing Your Friends and Neighbors. We've got a lot of trailers we're going to be watching also, as well as AEW's Match of the Week, which we got coming up soon at the end of in another segment. You'll have to forgive me, everybody. I'm a little under the weather. I have not been feeling well the past couple of days, so I'm just adjusting. Don't mind me.
And I'm doing all right so far, but man, work is tiring. But don't need to talk about that. Just let's enjoy our show today. So what do you want to talk about first today, AJ?
I just wanted you to think I was frozen.
That's fair.
Well, let's go ahead and start with Your Friends and Neighbors. Freddie and I. Well, you know what? Let's start with the trailer first. How's that?
No one would ever suspect a guy like me. How are the kids? Oh, they're fine. Wife, ex-wife.
Well, I gotta deliver some bad news. You're fired.
What? Viewed from a certain perspective, life boils down to a series of interconnected decisions. You get the house, the cars, the stuff. But how the hell can everything go so wrong so fast?
Has anyone ever told you that you talk a lot?
Well, I misplaced my inner monologue and my wife right around the same time.
How you doing, Cookie? Okay? Hey, you two. Can I just say, I love that you had such a friendly divorce.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. You know, it's getting harder to pretend that nothing's going on.
I just need to know how long I can float on what I got.
6 months. Tops.
I've been thinking. These houses have all this stuff no one would miss for a while, if ever.
Rich guy loses his big job, has liquidity problems, turns to petty crime. That's not savvy, that's stupidity.
Maybe it's just desperation.
That's the first honest thing you've said. I'll give you 65 for it.
Sorry, guys.
Seriously? There's nothing to be doing that was more fun than this.
For a guy with no job, we sure are busy. If you get caught, there would be penalties.
I needed that money.
Tell me the truth.
It was your job to fight for Mom, for us.
I'm in trouble.
How bad?
You ever look at something you've been staring at for so long, you suddenly realize you stopped seeing it a long time ago?
It's not yours if you can't keep it.
What'd you get up to last night? Oh, not much.
There you have it, Your Friends and Neighbors. That was the trailer for it. Freddie, I'm going to let you go at this first because I have so much to talk about with this, but I want to see what your opinion of the show was.
Honestly, I enjoy the show. I was pretty surprised on how it went. The beginning was just a nice surprise, but then I completely forgot how things were going as the show progressed. The acting is great. I love the way the story and where it was going. Love the premise. It's a fun show to watch. I hear there's a season 2 coming out, I think, but if there is, I can't wait to watch more of it because it really made me want more.
Yeah, same here. Um, well, I'm getting noticed that our feed isn't showing up. So if you're watching this, I totally apologize if you're not able to see this.
Oh no.
Um, we are doing what we can to see, but apparently we are not live on the Facebook. There we go. All right, we're working on it, people. Sorry about all that. In the meantime, let's talk about what the show was about. Your Friends and Neighbors is about John Hamm, who's the main character. He is a divorcee. He looked like he was I don't want to say stockbroker, but he was in some
A hedge
high-end,
something?
yeah, hedge fund. That's what it was. He was doing hedge fund stuff. And then one day his boss calls him in, and he was doing good. And his boss calls him in and says, "Hey, dude, you're fired." In the most cold-hearted way I've seen on a television show, too. That's kind of how I want to get fired, you know.
Wouldn't you do that to yourself though? Fire yourself?
Right. Apparently we're not showing up on YouTube, so apologies for that.
Weird.
Yeah. I'm going to send out our link and double check it. Give me 1 second while I deal with this. Freddie, why don't you tell them what the show is about?
So as you were saying, it was about a divorcee who hedge fund gentleman who got fired. And he's trying to find a way to make money. But it's gonna oh my god, I had my thoughts. He's trying to find ways to make money, not sure how. Ends up deciding, hey, there is money all over the place because we have all these people who have all these expensive items. Nobody's going to miss some of these because they have so much. He thinks, hey, 1 or 2 trinkets here or there's disappearing. They're not going to notice, right? So they decide, hey, let's go ahead and take that, sell it, and make some money out of it.
And that's when it gets crazy.
Because I think he only wanted to do like maybe 1 job to make some money.
He didn't know, he didn't know exactly how many jobs he needed to do. He just wanted to try it out and see if it worked. And once he got the hook, he got the hook.
Yep, it's like a potato chip. You can't just have one.
Right. He was Pringles all over that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference in what happened is this is a multi-layered show. We're being joined by Joel. Hold on 1 second. Joel, what's going on?
Hey,
What's up, Joel?
what's going on?
Joined by Joel live here in the studio. How are you doing, Joel? We're just talking about Your Friends and Neighbors. Have you had a chance to watch it yet?
I haven't, but regale me.
All right. Well, we'll throw you in there. Your Friends and Neighbors is with John Hamm. It's on Apple TV. And it's a show about how one hedge fund manager decides he gets fired from his job. And yes,
I did actually see 1 episode way back. But anyway, go ahead.
okay. And decides that in order to keep up with his lavish lifestyle, to keep his ex-wife and loving her lifestyle and his 2 kids going to the schools that they go to, he was going to have to somehow come up with some sort of money and keep them afloat. So he decides to start robbing all his friends, all of his rich friends. And then he gets the hook, and then it gets deeper into that. I don't want to get too revealing into the show because it is way deeper than that. There are so many layers into this show that by the time I was done with it, not only was I kind of relieved that the show was over, but it felt good to have watched it.
It really did.
Because it was like, it was not only was it an accomplishment, but it was a good show.
Okay.
It was
So
just
does it wrap or Or is
Yeah,
it
it
still
wraps at
gonna?
the end of the season, but there is a season 2 coming on,
Okay.
which has me wondering like what kind of storyline they're going to develop. But the
Okay.
acting in the show is top notch. Olivia Munn just shows once again how great of an actor and versatile she is. Um, everybody else that shows up does a wonderful job in the show, and they do a great job of showing you the environment that he's in and how he's traversing through the thing. And I'm sorry, any show with Hoon Lee in it, I'm going to be watching.
Yeah.
Because when Hoon Lee showed up on Banshee, it was more than I thought I could ever want from an actor. And so anything he shows up in now, I have to watch. And he does fantastic in this show. Freddie, do you agree?
Yes. Like you were saying, the show, it's very layered. It is fun to watch. You try to figure out what's he going to do next. Is he going to get away with stealing stuff? Is he not? Is he going to get caught? It just each episode makes you question how far is he going to go, and if he's
Okay.
going to succeed or not. So
Right.
it's really fun and enjoyable.
I can't help but recommend it to everybody that's out there. Joel, I know you are on an Apple TV kick right now.
I'm
Just
trying
inhaling all
to
the Apple
utilize
TV
it.
shows that are out there. This is one of the ones you should totally grab up. It's
Okay.
worth it, in my opinion.
It really is.
Then that's homework I'm gonna get back on now because, like I said, I remember catching one episode and being intrigued at how much happened in just the one episode I saw, and then for some reason I don't know how I got diverted, but I'm gonna start fresh. Like I mean, it's been a good chunk of time since I watched the first episode. You guys renewed my remembrance, and why? What was I doing? Why did I stop? Because you're right, it all came back to me, and like, dude, there was some awkward moments.
Right.
But like you said, amazing acting. So I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do my homework.
Get on that and do your homework, bro. It's worth it. Everybody
Okay.
out there, if you haven't watched it yet, check it out.
Okay. Sweet.
Freddie, that leads us in yours. I'm sorry I didn't get a video for your review, Freddie.
Nah, you're good.
You can act out a trailer for us. So just stand up right there and just start acting out.
Puppet show.
Let me see. Ooh. This is my sword.
Okay.
Action.
You're in a room with all of Richard's toys. You can't think better to improvise with something else.
Considering that his swords are not in this area, no. And everything's a little blocked off over here. I had to move things around. But I'm going to be reviewing Yoroi Shinden Samurai Troopers, which is a sequel to the Ronin Warriors back from the early 90s of Toonami. Let's see. Sorry, I had things set up, but I had to move things around. All right. Many years ago, the demon Arago terrorized the human world. Thanks to the effort of the 5 brave warriors, however, they were able to seal him away and return peace back to the world, with the name of the Emperor of Doom fading away from the collective minds of the people. 35 years later, however, the seal of the demon world has weakened, and now a new wave of demons, led by the demon king Ramaga, have broken free from its confines. It's up to a new generation of samurai troopers to join forces and take him and his 10 braves down before he plunges the world back into darkness once again. Again, this is a sequel / reboot to the original Ronin Warriors in America. It is on Crunchyroll, but so far there is no English dub for it, so it's just Japanese subtitle with American subtitles.
Yeah.
It's a fun show. It's actually a lot more violent than the original show. The story, like I said, continues on 35 years later with a different archdemon general. You have the 5 samurai troopers, each representing a different virtue, which I cannot remember at the moment. They try to save the world from his invasion. The animation is a mix of 2D and 3D, where some of the fight scenes of them in armor is in 3D, which can be a little jarring for some. But honestly, I enjoyed it. The story was pretty fun. It wrapped up in about 12 episodes, but I did find out that it is a 2-part season 1, with the second season coming in July.
Okay.
How is it in comparison to the original Ronin Warriors?
So the storyline is similar, but again, it's a continuation of the original show.
Okay.
It is the five troopers fighting evil to protect the world. They're I can't say too much because it does give away a little bit about some of the characters in there, a little bit too much, but they do fight to protect the world, and you get to learn more about their life and backstories. Ooh, excuse me.
Does it kind of do like X-Men 97-ish where like it's new, you feel that it's new, but they still kept like a bit of a continuous art feel or not or no?
Yes. Like I said, with the mix of the 2D animation, the art is new and fresh. But with the 3D animation, for a lot of the fight scenes, it does feel like a different show sometimes, but in a good way.
Okay. Because I've seen the original, and dude, those were some of the most wicked toys, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the toy line was fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm sure if they haven't done it, there's probably already some new versions, which are probably even more ridiculous. Thanks for doing that to me. Appreciate it, bro. Now,
yeah, especially saying,
like I need that.
No, go ahead.
I would say, like I need another collection in my life.
It's even worse because while
we need more toys, especially robots, in our life.
This is the only time I've been displeased with you, Freddie.
You're welcome. Hey, to make it worse, while these are like different characters, the armors are also different. Every generation that Samurai Troopers, barring the original one, are different armor types. So while the reds look similar, there's still slight differences to the original one. So none of the armors are exactly the same. So
what you're
it gives them a fresh.
Is you're gonna have to buy a separate armor pack when you buy the figures. You're saying
Yes
we have
and
to pay more money for them, Freddie, is what you're saying.
No, you're probably going to be buying two different characters because you'll have probably the original characters, maybe looking older with their original armor, and then these new characters with their armors. Because this is, like I said, this is 35 years later, so I think their age at the time of Ronin Warriors, they were about 15 to 18-year-olds. So now they're about 40, 45 to 50. So you'll get older looking Ronin Warriors with a newer generation Samurai Trooper armors.
Okay, so now the older generation, though they are still fighting and doing their job, though, but they're doing it by 10 p.m. because they totally got to go to bed.
Well, the story takes place or tells the story of the new troopers, so you don't know exactly the outcome of the original ones. They are mentioned, but there could be spoilers on mentioning if they show up or not, so I don't want to get too into detail about that. But there are a couple.
Did you enjoy the show and the artwork and everything about it?
Yes, I enjoy the show, enjoy the artwork. Like I said, the 2D to 3D animation fights can be a little jarring sometimes, but it was still enjoyable to watch.
Care to rate it?
The Little Richard rated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it honestly a 5 for me. I don't mind the animation. I love the story. Yeah, I can't wait for the second part to come out later in July. Like I said, that may change the score later. They may not. We'll see.
That is a high perfect score for a show. That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
That's impressive.
I'm already looking at it. You got me looking at production photos and stuff and still shots.
You're welcome.
So I didn't just phase out or have a seizure. I'm looking at my screen also.
That's okay. I thought AJ froze for a moment there a few minutes ago.
I did.
So did I. Actually, for a second, I was like, wait, should I also not move? Like, I didn't know what to do.
Playing freeze frame. Hello.
I paused and didn't know what to do either. But hey, we were back. We're good.
That's right. We're going to move on to our, speaking of animated violence, Freddie, you and I were about to discuss this off screen, but I want to bring this up now before we move on to our next review. Who saw Invincible this week?
Me.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah, tell me. It's okay. Lay it on me.
Go ahead, Freddie.
Man, this week episode just makes me want even more for next week. At first, I thought the story was going to be a little bit too slow, kind of slice of
Right?
life mostly. I'm like, which is not a bad
Wishy-washy.
thing. I
Right.
was like, it was going to be very, very intense with what happened with the last episode. But my God, as the episode went on, it just got better and better and better.
Oh my God. And I'm sorry if you haven't watched this week's episode of Invincible. I'm about to spoiler the shit out of it, so you may want to hit mute for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I didn't want to just start off with spoilers neither. So let's lay it on.
What starts off as a family episode. Okay, you see, like Mark's dad. He's coming home. Omni-Man is coming home. He's trying to make peace with the wife and Mark, and he's saying his apologies to everybody. And honestly, what had to be some of the funniest shit ever was every time he left a room, everybody was like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, funnily enough, when they did that, I also
left the room. Everybody took it like, "Oh, thank God he didn't kill us." And that was a running joke throughout the entire episode. But so you got Omni-Man, he's making amends to everybody. Everybody's all happy and stuff, and everybody seems to be going further in life and further in what they're doing, and meet some of Alan's new recruits, like Tech Jacket, who is one of my favorite characters from the comic books. And they're recruiting and building up so they can go to the war against the Viltrumites. So everybody says okay. Everybody hops on the ship, and then they all go on the journey to go see the Viltrumites. And what you get is a musical montage of all the people having fun on the ship for 2 weeks, getting to know each other, visiting, doing all this cool stuff. And then shit goes down. The Viltrumites show up out of nowhere, and there's an all-out attack. There's like 5 Viltrumites no,
3 Viltrumites and their lackeys with only
5
4
warriors.
Yeah.
4 warriors.
Oh yeah, because I forgot Oliver showed up.
Yeah, 5 warriors and the ship. And oh my God, what comes up is the most bloodiest, goriest, action-filled fight scene you've ever seen in your life. And like I said, I'm spoiling this. At the end, Mark and Conquest are fighting, destroying everything in their path. And Mark is choking Conquest, and he won't let go. Right?
And it's taking forever to stop him from breathing.
Conquest goes like this, shoves his hand up Mark's stomach, pierces his whole body.
All the way.
Pulls his hand out and slowly starts pulling all of his intestines out of Mark's body.
And normally you think that would stop the other person.
Out of Mark's body, he's pulling out of him. And Invincible won't let go and keeps choking him until damn near every organ is out of this man's body.
You weren't sure what was going to give out first, Conquest or his gut.
Awesome.
Like, oh my. It was more tense than freaking Omni-Man showing up and everybody's just letting go. It's like, holy crap, that was tense.
It was such an awesome episode. And at the end, you just see Invincible there twitching and Conquest dead. It was such an epic. Great writing, great directing, great animation, great everything.
And of course, that's where it ends. So now we have to wait till next time to figure out what happens.
Right. Now we have to wait till next week.
And then,
which is the bad part about.
How deep in do I need to get to where you guys are at? How many seasons?
This is what? Third or fourth?
I think we're on season 4.
And they're about 8 episodes each, I think. So
yeah. And we're on
it should take
5.
you a couple days if you binge watch it.
It's easy though.
Oh yeah. and worth it.
And now Joel's gone, so he can go watch it.
Oh, wow. We really sold it on him.
I guess so. Moving on, now that everybody has unmuted themselves.
And
Let's
Joel
watch,
really unmuted.
let's watch this, shall we?
Don't you fucking dare!
Scream.
Creepy's kind of hot.
Only in theaters Friday. Get tickets now.
There we go. Joel, I'm going to remove you until you can get your picture fixed. So there you go. That was Scream 7. I got to watch that this week. As you can tell, the Ghostface Killer is back and killing again. Joel's back.
Yeah, it was crazy. You guys were talking like chipmunks for a second, and then it got even weirder. And I was like, as much as this is entertaining me, I probably need to figure it out.
You should. Let me know if that ever happens again, okay? Because we don't want that to be a real common thing. That could
It was
be a problem.
amazing. It was hilarious. But anyway, we're back to normal. I'm back to normal. Okay.
So anyway, Scream 7. We just showed the trailer for Scream 7, Joel.
I saw part of it. I saw it was sped up, but I saw it.
So Scream 7, Ghostface is back, and he's trying to kill Sydney's family. And that's the basic premise of this. I couldn't give a shit.
Oh, no.
I was
Thank you.
excited about this movie, and I was bummed that I missed it in the theater. But having watched it on TV, like I was all about it until like the last half hour, and then I was like, "This is stupid."
And not in a good way, stupid?
No, okay. I'm gonna tell you what happens.
I'm okay.
Just
You
the
can tell me.
scene.
Honestly, I wasn't really looking forward to. Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you the scene that killed it for me. Okay, Joel, Freddy. Okay, you're in the old shop. Okay, there's a killer. He's pounding on the bathroom door. You have a barricade up on the door. You're on the phone with Richard. Richard's over at McDonald's, and instead of running across the street to come save you, he decides to pull up the security camera and tell you to get the gun out of the back room. Now, imagine that, but it's mother and daughter. The daughter's in the bathroom. Ghostface is trying to break in. Nev Campbell's across the street going, hold on a second. Let me stop running toward my daughter, check on my phone, and help her on my phone instead of running to save my daughter. Ghostface gets her daughter. She shows up 10 seconds later. Sydney shows up 10 seconds later and is dumbfounded. At that point, I am just lost. I gave up on the movie. Sydney's supposed to be this hardcore survivor throughout the entire movie. She is running into danger. She has a gun on her. She's at the range. She's shooting. She knows what she's doing. And she's a strong person. And she stands in the middle of the road and stops running to save her daughter so she can watch her camera phone. It made no sense to me. Why couldn't she do that while running? And there are many scenes throughout the movie that are like that go to prove that Sydney hasn't learned anything in all of these Scream movies. She's gotten stupider.
I just don't know. I was just glad you're saying all this because it makes me feel better about how before you even said anything, I just was trying so hard to give an F because like there's certain villains that for me, if they keep making movies about them because they have this mythical thing of just not dying, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they just don't die. So they're just going to keep making, you know, Voorhees and Myers are just going to pop up on Mars or at Walmart forever. But this one, they kind of lost me in the middle for a while. Like I can't remember the last time I was like, whoa, with what, with where they were going. So thanks. You saved me some time.
No problem. You have comments? Oh yeah, Josh is chiming in. Not campy, fun, stupid, but missed the mark. Stupid, unbelievable characters that I should have known who she was against. Like yeah, and when you find out who the killers are, they're nobodies. And it tells you, it teaches you to hate AI. So I guess in that point, it's a good
Can you
show.
just say that like we already thought the writing was going to be kind of lazy, but they made it they were even more lazy than we expected?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So I don't know. Don't bother seeing it. I used to like them because I'd go for the story. It was cool how they would reveal everything and how you'd have to pay attention and look at all this stuff, and have fun with it. It was fun. But then
Would you
like
think
once
it?
I got to the college stuff and doing all this the kids and all that other stuff, it just got
Okay.
stupid.
Do you think it would have been better if it was like new characters all in all that they were tormenting, or
No, I think if they would have kept going, they ruined it with the AI. If they didn't do the AI bits in the movie, then that would have been better. And I think if they would have got more believable killers, more believable characters, or maybe even stuck. Okay, I'm going to tell you. They were trying to blame Stu and trying to make Stu to be the killer, who was the killer in the first movie. If somehow they could have made that true, I would have been more excited for that than what I've gotten. Instead, it was an AI screen version of Stu being mapped over the real killer's face, and it made it stupider.
I mean that kind of makes sense with the AI to try to cover it up, but if they didn't execute it correctly, yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I'm not even going to give it. I'm going to give it 3 Little Richards, and that's being as kind as I can. Only because I didn't make a 2 Little Richards GIF.
Only on a technicality.
Right.
Movie.
Only on a technicality.
Only on a technicality did you survive. So
now, something that did come out this week that I thought would be a lot of fun to share with you guys. Sure, we've all seen the first one, but I want to talk about it here. This is the second trailer for this movie.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you. Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
Skeletor took my family. He destroyed our world. It's not my fault. I know how it feels to fail. Take this one. And you fall. That's your chance to stand tall. Millionaires shall quake and must shudder.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it.
Trust me, I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
There you have it. Masters of the Universe. Joel
Yeah,
seems
that-
I mean, I've seen. Actually, that was the longest preview I've seen yet. So thank you, because I've seen others, but it seems to be ramping up better and better every time I get another little peek and another little peek and another little peek. And because I know you know that I was kind of cranky about a few things I was worried about, but honestly, visually, it's undeniable. Like, I don't care. And I think they know that even the special effects, like the parts that we know that are obviously AI, because you can't do it without it. Not AI, but just CG.
CGI, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
CGI. I'm sorry. It just was, I messed up my words, CGI. They still gave it to us in such a beautiful realism, but of the way the cartoon look, I don't, you know what I mean? They did a good job of making even
Of
some of the camp.
amalgamating the both, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
even
love
some of
that
the
little
parts
mo-
that. Yeah, so I'm sorry. It just has to be seen. If you,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
agreed.
I don't know. We have someone in chat that says no.
No. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm open to why, but maybe are they? Yeah, give me just a couple ideas on what. You just let us know how you feel.
Yeah, defend your point, Josh. What's going on? He says Skeletor wasn't believable. Well, I'll put it to you this way, Josh, and for everybody else out there, Skeletor is being portrayed by Jared Leto.
Yeah.
So that I'd rather see him dressed like that and Skeletor with long hair and a shaggy beard. Because Jared Leto has to have his face shown. Even as the Joker, he had to have his face shown. In everything he does, Tron Ares, he has to have his face shown. So the fact that he's hiding it behind Skeletor is a better choice that he's made, I think.
Yeah, because if you didn't tell me that was Jared Leto, or if you told me that was Jared Leto, I would be like, "Is it? I can't tell." Which is how it should be.
It doesn't sound like him, and he doesn't have skin on his skull. So, I mean, I'm able to just watch it and just give it a go. I feel that there's a good chance there's going to be at least a certain percentage of things that may not be exactly how we want, but it's like a really good sandwich that just like the cheese has just this one little couple corners where there's a little mold, but you're like, dude, the Swiss is still good, bro. Just tear off the edges, man. Like, I think the
I mean,
whole
it's blue cheese
sandwich,
at that point.
Right.
I'm just saying, yeah, really, basically, I'm sure there's going to be some stuff that there's going to be debate, but I think that overall it could still be a really tasty sandwich. So
I think as far as childhood nostalgia goes, it does a fine job.
Yes.
And I'm all excited about it. I'm not looking for anything great. I'm not looking for cinematic masterpiece or anything. I'm going to relive my childhood and be a dork and geek out over the fact that they replaced the lion in the MGM logo with the
Cringer.
tiger. Cringer, thank you. With Cringer in the beginning. Um, the only problem I have with the trailer and everything that I'm seeing is the inaccuracy of He-Man, and that's because he has armpit hair. He didn't have armpit hair.
Oh,
Shit.
He-Man could glide through the water of a swimming pool. I'm sure he would. Yeah, he had no
The only
drag.
hair he had on him was the blonde wig and his merkin.
Fur.
That was the only hair he had.
Yeah,
So shit
I
is
mean,
shit.
I think I understand that when you love something, it can be pretty easy to be critical. But but minus comic books, the world of comic books, the Masters of the Universe has been very well explored and drawn and is fabulous. But if you just go straight from the original cartoon, not even the mini comics, because the mini comics were actually pretty good, but the cartoon, like, how serious do you want this movie to be? Let's go back and rewatch that cartoon sometime, you guys, and realize how silly so much of it was, but great, and I still love it. But
Yeah, He-Man always had a new power to help save the day when he needed to. So it was
You know what?
silly, but it was always fun to watch.
I was disappointed at the lack of Orko.
now, did you know, like, officially, like, we just did not see him in the preview, or did you know officially, like, he's just not
I know
there?
nothing. I know nothing. I've
Okay.
done myself a favor. I've not done any deep dives on this, and we lost Joel again.
Joel, come back.
I'm going to answer Joel's question without him there. I have not deep dived into this. I've kept myself personally away from it, only because I want to enjoy it for the cheesy piece of crap it's going to be. I want to enjoy it for that,
And if he does show up, it'll be a great surprise or a bad one,
Absolutely.
depending on how badly they mess him up. But it'll be a surprise regardless, and I would enjoy it.
As long as it's not Danny DeVito, then it's okay. Well, I mean, even
I
if
don't
it is
know.
Danny DeVito, who cares?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's Danny DeVito, I would laugh at that.
There's a couple more trailers I want to share with you guys. So let's start off with this one. This one looks really interesting, and I have to give it up for Javier Bardem in this one.
You ever look around and wonder, do we deserve all this? Do we deserve all this? Do we deserve all this? Do we deserve all this?
I had a good life once too.
We did what we thought was right.
Talk about having it all. You deserve this.
Is that blood?
Something's really wrong.
Oh my God.
What is your worst fear? You deserve this.
What are you doing here, Max?
He's coming after my family.
You deserve this.
We need to be ready.
What did you do?
Is there any way Max could know about what we did?
You deserve this. You deserve this.
So again, Joel's looking for Apple TV series to watch.
Oh, so it's not just a movie; it's a series.
It's a series this time. They're taking some serious time to actually disseminate all the information from the book and spread it out and give you all the creepy madness that Max Cady had put onto that family. So you're going to be able to see everything, and not just. I mean, it's supposed to have some elements of the original Robert De Niro movie.
And then I think Kirk Douglas even before that, right?
Right. But it's supposed to have it's supposed to steal some scenes from that.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's supposed to concentrate on the book itself and give you all the messed up feelings from there. So
I mean, the cast is, Yeah, I didn't even know that was happening, and I'm already. Thank you. More homework, but good homework. Um, I'm pretty much always gonna give Javier Bardem a go. Plus, like I said, everybody looked good. So yeah, no, I'm all about that. All about it.
What do you think,
And
Freddie?
Looks pretty interesting. What was the name of it again?
Cape Fear?
Cape Fear. Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I zoned out for a second, like paying attention to the trailer. I'm like, yeah. Oh no, I forgot the name.
It only shows you 5 or 6 times. It's okay to
Yeah,
forget it.
I guess that's the 5 or 6 times I zoned out or something.
Right.
no,
But yeah, it
it's
does look
totally, it's
interesting.
totally can't. It's Camp Fear. Yeah, Camp
Right.
Fear. It's a summer camp. Um,
Where nothing bad happens there.
it's the
Ever?
best.
There's no sucking on fingers. There's no cigars. There's no burning of people's faces.
No,
There's
definitely not.
no
It's
no.
So child-friendly movie or show.
Yeah,
Got it.
it'll be awesome.
All
yeah.
right, watch it with my nieces and nephews coming up.
And the final trailer we're going to be reviewing tonight.
I found something in the store.
Okay. What did you find?
The place. I found a place.
Hello? Anyone there?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you don't understand. It's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here with proof. All right, you filming? Yeah. Follow my lead.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been there every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface. All right, just take it slow.
Put me up! Put me up! Put me up! What do you see? All these rooms. This place builds them. It's like a maze. It just goes on and on. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me?
I don't understand. What is this?
It's beautiful. Am I right?
Hello?
That was Backrooms. What'd you think?
Did we lose Joel again?
Joel who?
I'll do it.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Joel's there. He just has no picture.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Back Room, that looks very interesting. I know it's based off of a game, right?
Is it?
Yes, of the same name. I don't remember the premise of it, but I know a little bit of it just from the name itself.
It seems creepy as hell.
Yes.
And it's A24, so you know it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like they don't. I don't know. They just got a good editing team that's like, hold on, yay or nay. Like they seem to, yeah, they seem to pump them out too. It's crazy.
Yeah, they did a really good job. So I'm excited for that one.
Same. I knew about it, but I completely forgot about it till this trailer again.
Okay, what am I doing now? Now we're going to do our AEW match of the week. We have, I failed this week. I'm sorry, you guys. I tried to pick one match and I just couldn't do it.
Is that a failure or is that double winning?
No, drop 2.
It's a little bit of both. It's failing you guys, the fans, but really winning is me, a wrestling fan. So here we go. This is there's two matches. The first one was last night. It was Kenny Omega, Jungle, Jack Perry, and Brody King. Jack Perry, you may know as Luke Perry's son, Dylan from 90210.
Oh, that's right.
Versus the Demand, and the main guy from the Demand that you see, his name is Ricochet. He's in a lot of heat right now online because he told somebody he was glad they have MS, but he's just a smart ass character. It's part of his character, and he was just being his character. But anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, but here we go.
Holy smokes! Dynasty, 1 week, Sunday away, Omega. But be careful he doesn't go into the pay-per-view with an injury. MJF is certain to exploit that.
Oh, God. The man sending, oh, God, getting into the barrier. Brody avoided. Leona took down Khan, and now Brody out! And Leona over the barricade, through the announce desk. Excuse me, to the timekeeper's table.
Thank goodness you were wrong. This is the first match, gentlemen. This is crazy.
A frenetic pace to Dynamite as Ricochet looking for the spirit. God!
Oh, boy, that connected.
Intercepted. Omega with the thrust kick. Comes around the corner. And Zagiri. And now Ricochet could be taking vertigo on Omega. That's exactly what it was. Deep cover. No! Omega able to kick out.
Boy, Kenny is showing his tenacity, his determination tonight, isn't he? Kicking out of these moves. But is Ricochet one move away.
Oh, Jack Perry just leveled Bishop Khan, but the national championship was passed to Ricochet. And now Perry disarms Ricochet. He's got him hooked for the one-winged angel, but instead, oh no. Ooh, Perry Omega roll up by Ricochet.
God, it was close.
It was close, but the knee was on target.
Second attempt.
Omega. No V! Trigger!
Ricochet's dazed after that one, gentlemen.
Omega. One-winged angel.
And there you have the match. And there we have Joel.
Welcome back again, Joel.
Yo, so I caught like most of all of that, but I had to listen to the last 10 minutes of you guys sped up chipmunk style again until I finally could take it. But
heck yeah.
Okay, I almost couldn't find the words. I want to something about good wrestling that always kind of baffles me is somehow they manage to still pull off moves and combinations after all these years that it's like all the Street Fighter games. There's a certain amount of moves, certain amount of stuff, but they still manage to give you a new something. They still make you love it. I don't care. I know that they're trying not to destroy each other's bodies, but I don't even want somebody to do those things to me, even if it's properly done. Like, how do you still take a flying roundhouse to the face, but just be like, oh yeah, no, like I didn't really get touched. Like, no. That I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what anybody says. None of that can feel good, even if you're doing it. Even if you're doing it.
Dude, back in middle school, somebody did give me a super kick, and I'm like, oh, well, now I know how that felt.
And like I said, even if you're a pro and you know you're trying not to truly ruin each other, but there's certain moves that still have connection. And yeah, dude, I don't care. I feel like I wish I could just like have the magical power that if anybody like was seriously talking too much crap, I'd be like, and then they're just suddenly in a match with like a pro of pros who doesn't totally destroy them, but at the end they're like, yeah, okay, cool. Wrestling, yeah. I can't go to work for like a year now.
If you think
So,
that was hard hitting, first off, the entire match was fantastic. Bunch of high flying, hard hitting. I mean, just nonstop badassness. And we've lost Joel again. It was great. It was an awesome match. And I'm sorry that the YouTube videos, unfortunately, they only put out the ending of the match. They don't give us the highlights like they used to. Because I wish the highlight reels were more available so they can show you exactly what was going on during the match. Those aren't available right away. I would have to go in and actually edit a video myself, and that would take too long with all the responsibilities I have. So, unfortunately, I'm only able to bring you the end of the matches. But these matches are so exciting that even the ending, the ending is like the climax anyway.
Yeah,
But
it's always action packed,
definitely,
fast paced, and it's always just put you on the edge of your seat.
trust me, this was one of those matches where there was not a dull moment. There was no time killer match in the match. There was no time killer moves. There was nothing that was delay of game. They were moving nonstop, and that's one of the reasons why I picked it for the second video. The first video I picked was easy. Women's wrestling tag team. Divine Dominion versus Babes of Wrath. We haven't focused women wrestling on here before, and I've been dying to focus it. This is probably one of the best examples of great women wrestling on AEW. So here we go.
Tried to go up top. How about that? A headbutt from Harley Cameron pulling on all the stops here. That gave the opportunity for the Megasus. Oh boy, this does not look good for Cameron. What's he gonna do? Cameron fighting, maybe trying a backslide or a running power bomb. Kicks awaiting across. He's pounced on that time by the TBS champion. Cameron's gonna need some help. One, two. Oh, the powerful legs. And Megan May got out of it for the second time. A single leg Boston trap, but the angle now is much better. Oh, and as Nightingale can stop cross. Yes, she did. Cut her off with the pants, so to speak. And she's going to put a single crab on the play. The people can feel it. Yes, they are. Rise it up. We're going to have your World Tag Team champs at any minute. Well, getting to the bottom rope solved that for the Divine Dominion. But only the ropes saved them. And now the Babes of Wrath. And we've got this. Yeah, I got to find out if they have. Double team here. No, Lena Cross is in. Big setup. Harley is in alone now because Willow hits the ring post. Harley fighting off two ladies. Oh, boy. And Harley just back and forth. Dude, Harley has improved so much. Duck low and across. Oh, great combination. Shotgun and suplex. This looks like being it. Take it out. The divine intervention. And a cover. 1, 2, 3. It is over.
Boom. Wrestling. And trust me, that was the dullest part of the match. The rest of the match was great. Sometimes you have to realize about what doesn't just make a great match isn't only the moves and the stuff, the performances that's going on in the ring, but it's the audience reaction as well.
Yes.
We saw a lot of that during COVID times when the audience wasn't allowed to turn up at the rings, and so they were wrestling to empty arenas.
Yeah.
And you just didn't get the feeling that you had before. The excitement, the cheering, the nothing about it felt good. You were able to respect the wrestling moves that they were putting on, but it just wasn't, there was no fun. Just like two people rolling around in a ring. The audience interaction in these two matches that I had presented, at no point in time were the audience bored. They were cheering, screaming, hollering. They were fully into the match. There was so much into the match that it made me wish I was there to attend it myself so I can be as into the match as they were. Because that had to have been some fun just to be there. And for that, it made me miss live events,
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why I showcased these two matches, because not only were they great wrestling, was great wrestling happening in them, but it was also great audience participation and audience reaction to them too. So there you have it, the two matches for the week. What'd you think, Freddie?
Oh yeah, they were both great matches just from what we saw. I do definitely want to see more of it, but I have to watch it later.
Yeah. And with that, we are done with our show. That wraps up episode 299. I do have a couple of announcements to make before we go. Next week, there will be no live show. I will put up an episode of me and Joel doing a unboxing. A episode of Side Panel will air instead, an old episode, to keep you guys just give you guys something to watch. But we will be back the following week with episode 300. We have a big double-packed episode. Going to have a lot of fun with that. The whole crew will be on board, and we're going to have a lot of fun just talking about how we got to 300 episodes and reviewing some shows as well. So, in the meantime, if you've got nothing to do, check out all of our past stuff. Find us on any social media platform you can. We are available there. Hit up our Patreon. We could always use more and more participants there. In the meantime, thank you, Freddie. Thank you for Joel, at least being there in spirit. We appreciate you. Thank you to everybody in the chat room. Josh, you keep me alive. Everybody, thanks. And we will catch you on episode 300 in 2 weeks. See you guys then.